Now I've made it all the way around the drawing as far as the shadows go, but very lightly. You can see that I haven't gone very dark, and actually, because the shadow is darker than the outline, it's actually giving a false impression. If you look over here, the outline of the object is just the edge of the shadow. It's no darker. So to clean this up, I'm actually going to bring the value to be in harmony with the outline. As I was going around, I corrected shapes. This outside edge was not far enough out, but as I put in this shadow, I realized my error, and so I took time to correct this. I've taken time to correct each part as I've seen errors coming along. And so when the camera's off, I'm actually working at a fairly slow pace to try to be more accurate. But now you can see down here that I haven't articulated this line clear enough. I've tried to get the right number of bumps and the right details in that you can clearly see here. Details meaning details of the bumps on the edge. I don't want things that aren't necessary, like, for example, this turning edge, that comes later. But right now what I really want is the sharp edge of the shadow. That's an important point. So it's not actually a detail, but I do want to get it accurate. So I will take time for that, and I'm going to bring the values down. So when I do bring the values down, I'm going to have a very sharp point, and I'm going to fill in the little crevice holes in the paper, because the paper has a slight texture to it. And so I'm just going to work it very smoothly. Now I could use a stump, and I could just smudge it together and make it really nice and smooth. But I'm going to wait for that step, because once you smudge it, much more difficult to erase it. So right now I'm just going to use the point, and I'm going to try to make it an even, clean, dark shadow. And the shadow is going to be no lighter or darker than the outline. So one thing I may do is, because as I said before, I intentionally made the outline a little bit extra dark so you could see it, I may bring that outline to be a little bit lighter now, so that it'll be in harmony with my shadow. So the shadow is just the edge of the whole cast of this hand. There is no actual outline in nature. Alright, so I'm going to clean up the rest of the shadow, and then we'll be ready to move on to the next part.